What?
Store pen.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Tell Dee that was homemade, not made there.
Babe, I know you did.
What did you make for him? Really?
For life.
Those look like a watermelon.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you.
It's light, but that next one's strong.
Okay. If anyone tries to
got
get
2
me
minutes.
out here on Walnut Street.
I'm starting to get a little jealous here, Lee.
Yep.
Look, this is what you give him last time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start eating it.
Did you get a haircut? Your hair looks good.
Oh, they use on your keychain.
I will. Put it on there.
You gonna be mayor tonight?
And for the night.
Oh, I forgot
Well,
I
mayor.
called him Your Honor already.
Yeah, not mayor.
I curtsied a little bit for him.
I got 12.
He likes that.
Yeah, he didn't bend down for him.
I never do. Never do.
Us
The
Catholics
rule.
are used to that, aren't we?
That's right. Yeah.
All right, we got to
Give me
start
a
our
meal.
meeting here, babe.
See you, Lee. Good to see you. Thank you.
Bring to order the Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting of July 19th, 2021. May I have roll call, please?
Sure. Board member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board member Tommy Roulette.
Present.
We got City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
President Kelly Milan is absent, and myself.
I'd just like to say Mayor Milan's not here tonight because he's at a funeral for a family member, so. Okay, do we have any announcements?
I have none.
All right, I have none either, so move on to approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Minutes passed. New business, Jenny Felix. And Chief Snyder.
Good evening.
Good
I'm
evening.
here to request the approval from the board to start the recruitment process for a new police officer. We've just awarded a bid of the code enforcement officer to Officer Hedrick, which is going to take effect on August 16th. That's the date that he's going to be transferring over. But we'd like to, Chief Schneider and I would like to go ahead and start that process now as far as refilling his position.
The other question I have, are you planning on trying to get someone that already has the academy by chance in the recruitment process?
We open it up across the board initially and see what applicants come in, and then we choose accordingly, moving there forward. You never can tell, you know, it just depends on who applies.
Okay, you want to put a motion to start looking for a new police officer? Well,
I'll make that motion.
all right, I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? Motion passed. Start
Great,
looking.
Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing there's no other new business, move on to old business. Rick Clark, ambulance bid follow-up.
Your Honor, if it pleases the board, I would ask that we move to table that to the August meeting.
All righty, have a motion to table.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Motion passed. Thank you. Review and discussion of claims for board approval.
Your Honor, there was one claim that I would like to withhold at this time, and that would be number 2789. But the rest, I'd make a motion to approve.
Okay, I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Motion passed. Motion
So moved.
second. Move on to the utility board meeting. Okay, start the meeting, Lawrenceburg Utility Board, July 19th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Board member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board member Justin Oppert.
Sir.
Board member Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Board member Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Board member Brett Bondurant. Yes, sir. And we got City Attorney Dale Weldon. Utility Director Billy Kennedy. Did he sit here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They closed the door right now.
Okay. President Kelly Milan absent, and myself.
All righty, moving on. Does anybody have any announcements?
I have just a couple of quick follow-ups from last board meeting. We did apply for the state water infrastructure grant, and those applications were due July 15th. We applied for $1.4 million in grant money for the lift station consolidation up on the hill and $400,000 for the US 50 water main replacement. So those applications are in. We verified that they were received. And then the Short Street strand lights are done over there between Williams and High Street. And really looks good, so,
Lights are looking nice.
yeah. That's all I have.
On those grants, do you have any idea when you will find out if we receive them, or?
No, Judy said it was odd because when we submitted our applications, we didn't get verification that they had received them. So we called up there just to make sure, and she said their email was just bombed, with applications. So there was no indication on when we'll know, if we're successful or not.
Okay. No other announcements from any? Move on to new business. Mr. Kennett, opening the water meter proposals.
Did you get the minutes?
Did I do the minutes, approval of the minutes?
No, you did not.
Okay. Before that, you're right, I jumped out of announcements. Can I have a motion to approval of minutes, previous meeting?
So moved, Your Honor.
Motion by Justin, I have second. Second. By Brett, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Minutes passed. Now on to new business. Mr. Kennett.
Okay, so we did a request for proposal for the water meters. It was dated June 15th. The proposals were due Monday, July 12th by 4 o'clock, and just wanted to do a public bid opening on those. So first bid is with Ferguson Waterworks. I think there were 6 bids for this, so this will take a little bit of time. Ferguson is in at $444,319.71. Next one is from Waller's Meter Incorporated. This bid is in the amount of $490,636.73. The next one is United Systems. This is for their Camstrup Honeywell solution, and the bid is $398,525. The next one is from United Systems. They actually rep 2 different water meter styles. And this is for the Diehl, D-I-E-H-L water meters. The bid is $363,200. Next one is from Utility Supply. $508,717.01.
Mr. Kennett, and when we sent these out for bid, was it specified what type of meter we were looking for, or was it just
Yeah.
a type, a certain style of meter?
Yeah, we had the request for proposal, and it's here if you want to review it. There was specs. We stated that we wanted solid state, no moving parts.
Okay.
That gets us and the reason we stated solid state, ultrasonic is the majority of it, but we didn't want to limit it to that. There's some other technologies that are out there besides ultrasonic, so that's the reason we did solid state, to give everybody a fair opportunity to bid on this. Maximum operating pressure, 300 PSI, no lead, lead-free copper body. And then we said composite bodies are not desired because we wanted the brass or stainless steel, not the composite, plastic type. Registers, encoded for the output of 1 gallon. Meter should exceed the ANSI standard for accuracy and pressure loss requirements. So there's quite a bit of stuff. Provide detailed spec information. And then we did limit the proposal to the meter manufacturers of Census, Neptune, Badger, Deal, Camstrup, Master, and Mueller. And
So the one bid for the Honeywell wasn't even,
yeah, and so what they had to do was they used the Honeywell for the larger meters. So that's they had a combination. I believe it was the Camstrup and
okay.
Honeywell
Okay.
combination, and that happens quite a bit. Where sometimes their brand or their manufacturer will cover up to a certain size, and then they've just got to package it together with another
yeah.
manufacturer. So what we'd like to do, we just opened those up. We would like to take it under advisement, bring it back to the board,
Right.
next board meeting for,
Yep.
What was that one right there? Did you get
Excuse
this
me.
is,
the last one? I don't think you read that one. What was that one?
yeah, there's nothing there.
Okay, there's none there,
That-
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so you got 5.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you have questions?
No, got it. Mark got an answer. 5 of them. Just want to make sure.
Okay, just
Yeah.
5. That's,
Yep.
all right. Do we need motion on that?
Yeah.
Just taking under advisement?
Should we, or no?
Well, yeah, I would do a motion, and also just for the record, this was a request for proposal, so these aren't bids.
Okay.
These are responses to an RFP, is that fair to say,
That's
Billy?
correct, yes.
Yeah. Just for the record, and then, yeah, I'm gonna think a motion would be appropriate.
Well, okay, Your Honor, I'd move that we would allow Billy to take this under advisement the next month and bring back his recommendation to us in the next meeting.
All right, I got a motion by Justin. I have a second.
I second that.
Second. And all in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Take
Mr.
under-
Kennett, is this something that is sensitive? I know with just supply chain and those challenges that we're having right now, is this something that we need to consider convening earlier to make a decision on this, or?
No, we're good, and actually that was one of the criteria that we added after we sent the RFP out, because some of the manufacturers just don't have the supply, that we're looking for. So that'll be part of the bid analysis that we do. We'll contact each one of the companies and just check and see how much stock they have, and make sure that delivery, they can meet our requirements for that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, seeing no other new business, we'll move on to old business. Mr. Kennett, input tantalus contract approval?
Yeah, so I sent the emails out and made printouts of the Tantalus contract. What is driving this is Flaherty and Collins is ahead of schedule and has contacted us and said that they would be ready for the 150 residential meters and then the 8 commons meters by the end of July, first part of August. And so I didn't want to order the old style meters and then, 3 months from now, they would be void. So we were in the process of evaluating the AMI solutions. And so I put together a report for the board with a recommendation to choose the IMPA Tantalus solution. I laid out a couple of different scenarios as far as pricing options for this. And at this time, I would recommend what's called on this report the IMPA Tantalus minimum solution. That gives us the opportunity. The existing electric meters, the radios that are out there, will talk to the Tantalus system. And so it's at our luxury to replace those residential meters if we want to or not. So my recommendation is right now, we have to replace 800 of the residential meters to create the mesh network for the communication. But it's at our luxury to replace the remainder of them. So the only thing that will be missing is the automatic disconnect. So if we leave the existing meters in place, we just won't have the automatic disconnect. So you lose a little bit of functionality, but to me, it's worth getting into this. And then if we decide in year 3 that, yeah, this is a great deal, we want the automatic disconnect, then we can just continue going with this. So my recommendation to the board is to do the IMPA Tantalus minimum solution.
All right. Board have any other questions?
I have none.
No discussion. I'll ask for a motion to go with the director's opinion.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Got a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Motion passed. Go with the
Thank you.
IMPA Tantalus.
So what, just to be clear, what do you need, Billy, to move forward? Because we've got the service agreement and then also purchase. What steps do you need authorization to take?
Yeah, so right now, what we need to do is the 2 agreements, the IMPA and the Tantalus, and get that signed. And then we've already got pricing established for the meters, and everything's in that report. So we're basically off and running as soon as we get that. So the first thing we have to do is they have the receivers and the data collectors. We'll have to have those installed, and then we'll have to pick the locations where we need the meters for the mesh. And so once we get that communication network built up, then it's just a matter of transferring all the existing system over into the Tantalus system, and then through NISC, the billing system, we'll have to do a conversion there, work with them to do that.
So the proposal that you presented to the board that shows the pricing, that's the pricing that they've committed to, but you'll buy the meters just as you need them, is that correct?
Correct.
And we'll have the 6 main collection points to start, and also the service with IMPA?
Yeah, plus the 800 residential meters.
Okay.
Those have to go in as part of that mesh. And
Okay.
so we're working on the capital plan, and the capital plan has the actual meter expenditure in it as far as buying the meters and things like that. So today is just for the IMPA Tantalus contract, and then we'll present to the board for next month's meeting the capital plan, and that'll have the actual purchase of the meters.
And that
And
has
the-
it
and the-
broken down per year?
Yeah.
The investment per year?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the agreement that he's signing, there's 2 agreements that he's signing. One is an agreement on our behalf, the board's behalf, with IMPA for the service, the electronic service. There's also end user service agreement. I've looked at that, Billy's looked at that, Bryson's looked at that. Bryson's also talking to IMPA's people. And that's one of the big advantages to this Tantalus system, is that IMPA, who's already our wholesale electric provider, uses this system and can help facilitate this system, as well as they were the cheaper option of the ones that Billy vetted. So that it's just those are the phases, like Billy said, that he'll roll this out.
Yeah, and Dell and I are in conversations with IMPA regarding some of the contract language, and Bryson's talking to him about some of the IT. As soon as we get everything the way Dell would like it, you know, we'll sign those contracts and we'll be off and running.
And the good thing is, now that we have Bryson, you know, that's one of the things that is an added benefit that you don't really think about, is that, you know, he can weigh in on any kind of electronic services, but that's a big component to this, is the electronic service, and then of course Billy's got his team making sure it's compatible with NISC for billing purposes, so that it can read the data that's sent. So, yeah, thank you.
All right. Seeing no other old business, move on to review and discussion of claims for board approval. Motion to approve the claims.
So move.
Motion to have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Claims approved. Motion adjournment.
Hang on a second, Your Honor. Mr. Weldon, do we need to authorize him to sign that agreement with IMPA through that? I mean, do we need to have a motion to authorize him to sign that?
That's how I interpreted the vote, but if you guys want to make it a little more specific, then I think that's why I clarified just what the steps were. But yeah, if you want to make it more specific, sounds like Billy's gonna need authorization to sign those contracts with IMPA. One of them's an end user agreement that actually loops back to Tantalus through IMPA, but then also roll out the purchases. Like Billy said, he's gonna roll out the purchases pursuant to that schedule that he shared with you guys, and
Right.
it sounds like you'll present that at the next meeting, so.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so
authorization-
there's two agreements in here. One's with IMPA and then the other one's with
Yeah.
Tantalus, the
Yeah.
end user agreements with
I
Tantalus.
thought that's what we did.
I mean, that was my intent as well,
Okay.
but I didn't know if we
Yes.
needed to verbalize that within that motion to add that along with that, so that he has that authorization, so just for clarification.
However, I think it was everyone's intent,
Okay.
so we could vote again, or it's in the record, that everything is in the minutes.
Alright.
So as long as you guys are comfortable.
Yep,
Thank you.
comfortable with it.
All right, I'm good. All right, motion for adjournment. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Meeting adjourned.
Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, did I read this before?
Yes.
All right.
Perfect.
I've got a thing here I have to read for our federal funds. As a recipient of the federal funds in support of Lawrenceburg's efforts to ensure non-discrimination and equal access to all citizens, the city gathers statistical data regarding participants in city activities. Therefore, we have provided a voluntary Title VI public involvement survey at this meeting. You are not required to complete this survey, however. The form is anonymous and will be used solely for the purpose of monitoring our compliance with Title VI and ADA. The forms are over in the corner. Let's open up the Lawrenceburg City Council meeting, July 19th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Sure. Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Justin Noppert.
Sir?
Councilperson Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Present.
Councilperson Brett Bondurant.
Yes, sir.
We have City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
Mayor Kelly Malone is absent, and myself.
Okay, do I have the board reports? Street, alleys, and curbs, me, everything seems to be good in downtown.
Looks
Mr.
good
Fryman?
up on the hill, sir.
Good up on the hill. Finance, Brett.
No report, but just to reiterate, Tommy's, is it 2789, Ms.
Yes.
Roulette, Double West?
Yes.
789?
Yes.
And the claim confusion, so.
Parks and Playground, Mr. Noppert.
Yeah, just observing some significant wear and tear on our new park over on Tate Street, and as Mr. Abbott and I took care of last night, just had some maintenance issues, some of which we're gonna try to work with Mr. Todd to address with the manufacturer, but also just the the larger kids and adults that are riding on some of the implements that were designed for younger kids. We want to keep those things in good shape for the kids to enjoy for years to come, and they are built commercially, industrial quality, but some of the things just aren't designed for full-size adults. I just want to ask the general public to just be respectful of that. I have seen a significant difference in the less trash. I've not talked to Mr. Houston with the parks, as our parks foreman, about it, but just being over there this weekend, there's a lot less trash than normal. I think that people are getting it. They are picking up after themselves a little bit more than normal, so I appreciate that. We want to have these parks to play on for years to come, and just be respectful of those. Thank you.
And what you say, I agree with completely, Justin, but one thing is that park is used so much. There's going to be maintenance issues with this. I mean,
Absolutely.
we have to stay on top of it because they're coming from everywhere to use that park. All right, Mr. Roulette.
Fire Department, we all received an email from Chief Tremaine pertaining to a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, that is part of RSVP. He just wanted our blessing on that tonight for the signing of that. It should have been an email that we all received.
Okay.
Are you aware of it? It's something that they do every 3 years.
Mayor? Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Pretty sure he sent it out to all of us.
Yep, we got it. Yep. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. That's what RSVP is.
Okay. I'm fine, I'm great with that.
That's nothing you need a motion on there or anything, is it?
I would do a motion to authorize him to sign that on the city's behalf.
Should we do it now or in the new business?
New business.
Okay. Bring it up in the new business, Tommy.
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, he sent it out on the 16th.
Okay.
Anything else on the fire?
No, I have nothing.
All right, we'll go to approval of minutes of previous meeting.
Before that, I got one announcement. There's some redevelopment bids came over to the clerk's office today. That was for the demolition over on High Street. I just want to make sure that everybody's aware, especially the people that put in the bids, that those will be open on August 9th at the redevelopment meeting. That's all I had.
All right. All right, so let's have a move on to approval of minutes of the previous meeting. Do I have a motion to accept or not? A motion by Brett, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Justin. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Minutes passed. Committee reports, you guys got all the reports from the fire, police, EMS, and city court?
Yes.
All right. Move on to new business. Mr. Richardson.
Front and center.
There he is. Community center quotes.
I'm always popping out of the closet. We finally did get all of the bids for the community center projects. There are 5 of those altogether. Did everybody receive one of these?
Yep.
Calculation sheets?
The one you emailed us?
Yes.
I thought it
Yep,
would be
even the updated one?
that way rather than the individual bids. So you do have those. For the community center front desk, we got a bid from Double D Construction for $10,700. We got a bid from Office 360 for $7,175. For the community center lighting, electrical connection, we have a bid for $18,890.02. From Banta Electric, we have a bid for $31,193. For the community center signage, that would be the various signage throughout the facility, men, women restrooms, labeling each of the various rooms. From Signarama, we have a bid for $13,737.84. We have a bid from the sign store for $10,529.15. The community center painting project, we have a bid from Barrett Painting for $10,302.50, and a bid from Enneking Painting for $24,304. For the community center carpet, which is not all carpet, there's some luxury vinyl tile involved in that as well, but just for these purposes, I use the word carpet. Home Furnishing has given us a bid for $62,782.95. Dennis Craven Flooring has given us a bid for $65,330.48. I just discussed these with Mario. We would recommend that you take the lowest bid that has been provided.
And as you guys know, there are some pretty big discrepancies in the numbers, and I did look through these fairly thoroughly, just knowing some of the trades that are involved, and like the electrical one being a significant difference. One is changing the lights out, one is retrofitting the current lights that are here. So just to make you guys aware, some of that, and it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I mean, you're gonna get the energy efficiency of the LED lighting throughout the whole place. Same with some of the other ones. Most of them are apples for apples, because there is pretty big.
Right, I seen all the lights that they sent in, and I'm like, that
Yeah.
didn't make a lot of sense to me, but I understand now.
Now,
That's
you know-
home furniture, not furnishing, right?
Yes, it's home furniture, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, clarification. Do we need to do these individually if there's no questions? And the money is the money that we have allotted for the community center from the 2020 budget for 2021, correct? The money's coming out of what we budgeted for that?
I believe most of this right here is under the capital projects for the city.
Mr. Richardson, I did have one question regarding the front desk, because there was a, significant difference in, 30% difference in those two prices.
Correct.
Is that suitable, the one, it sounds like the lower bid's probably gonna be a laminate type of unit, as opposed to the other one is saying it's gonna, would be an oak,
One would be the custom oak.
which would be oak, so I mean,
In my personal opinion, from what I saw of the two, I think that for what we're looking for the center, I actually think the laminate desk would look better.
great, sounds good.
Not that the oak wouldn't be nice, but I just.
Yeah, I mean,
it would
and,
fit better for
yeah,
what we're
yep.
Okay, your recommendations go with the lowest bids on each one. Do you have the total amount for that?
I do not have the total.
I've got it.
You got it? Okay.
The lower one was $109,679.62. My math is right. My wife did check me. And the high one is for $145,265.32. Now, do we need to do that as a lump sum or individually?
You can do it either way,
Yeah, how'd you bid? Are these bids or these quotes? What,
They're quotes,
right,
yes.
so they,
Two
these
quotes
are,
for each.
and who did the specs? You and Mario did the specs together?
correct.
Yeah, I mean, I would just check them, and then are we gonna do purchase orders? What would the contracts look like?
I'm not sure.
Just for example, I mean, so we're doing electric, if we're doing electric and painting, I mean, we wanna have some parameters for, what happens if this happens or that happens. So I would say, as long as they're responsive and responsible, then we can move to the contract phase, but we just make sure that that covers everything we need to. Some short and sweet, but still protects us.
What are you referring to, liability, or what?
No, just, yeah, I mean, I don't know, cause some of these are pretty bare bones. Like, what are
We have some-
what are our deliverables and what's the schedule and what happens if it's not the right thing, or, like, this one has an alternate listed for paint. Or maybe I just don't have the whole thing.
So you put out, on the RFP that you sent out, it was, you had specified exactly what was,
We specified what we wanted when we sent out the information.
okay.
We did ask for an additional quote for the painting in
For the
regards to
alternate,
the
okay.
offices and some of the storage rooms, but I don't see the necessity to pay the extra for that for areas that won't really be seen by the general public.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, these would be quotes that Mario would overlook and oversee as they're doing the job and making sure that basically what they quoted is what they're actually doing. And it's something that his job would require to overlook, and then they would send him the invoice, and he would, if he approved it, then he would bring it over to Brittany for payment.
Okay.
Yep.
And typically, we attach the RFP as the required scope, and that gets incorporated into the contract, so I think it's good. I mean, but yeah, you take the lowest quote unless there's a reason not to. But I would approve these individually if they went out individually.
They did go out individually.
Yeah, so I would just
I
ask
can-
for a vote on
I
each
can
category.
do that. We can.
Not to prolong things,
All right.
but
You have that one sheet?
You needed to-
Yeah. Okay, the first one would be the community center front desk. Do I have any recommendations or a motion to,
I'll make a motion that we do, go with Office 360 at $7,175.
okay, I have a motion for Office 360. Do I have a second?
Second?
I got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passed for Office 360. Community center lighting, we got electrical connections and Banner Electric.
Yeah, I'll move that we approve the estimate from Electrical Connection for $18,890.02. I'm sorry, 31,000, wait, yeah, that's right,
Yeah, you're right, $18,890.02.
890.02.
Okay, I have a motion to approve electrical connection. Do I have a second?
Second.
And a second. Do I have, all in favor?
Aye.
And against? Electrical connection, motion passed. Community center signage. We got Signorama and the sign store. Signorama's $13,737.84. The sign store's $10,529.15. A motion for one or the other?
I'll make a motion for the sign store.
Have a motion for the sign store. Do I have a second? I have a second by Brett. That's for $10,529.15. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion passed. Community center painting. We got Barrett Painting for $10,302.50. Enneking, might be saying that wrong, painting, $24,304 even. Have a motion for one or the other?
I'll move that we use Barrett.
I have a motion for Barrett for $10,302.50. I have a second.
Second.
I'm second by Brett. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Barrett Painting motion wins. Community Center carpet. We got home furnishing for $62,782.95. Dennis Craven for $65,330.48. Do I have a motion for either one?
I'll move that we go with home furniture, low bid of $62,782.95.
Is that home furnishing?
Home furniture.
Home furniture.
Furniture.
Home furniture, okay.
That's
I wrote it wrong.
misspelled wrong.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have a motion for home furniture at $62,782.95. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Brett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Home furniture wins that.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate
Yep.
it.
Thanks, Richard.
thanks, Richard.
Thank you, Richard. Keep moving on.
All righty, where are we at now?
Let's get hooked on fishing.
Yeah, that's right. Chief Snyder, get hooked on fishing event. Before you even start, I just want to say I'm so glad to see something like this going on. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. It's a great idea.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor, and please, council, I'll go ahead and talk about this just for a little bit, keep you on the loop. This is part of our community outreach programs we've been putting together every year. Goes hand in hand. This is actually, goes hand in hand with some of the other things we do, like the public safety night, the book reading during COVID. just another way to reach out to our community as a police department and let them know that we're out there with them, and we want to be a part of our community, and we want our community to be part of the police department. So this is actually the second annual one. Last year it was virtual, and it actually went over pretty well for being virtual because of COVID, and it got a big response. So this will be the first year actually that it'll be held at the Ludlow Hill Park, you know, where it's
Sounds like my grandpa, he catch those virtual fish that were this big.
Yeah. This was all put together by Sergeant K-9 Officer Jump and Officer Keith Lynham at the police department, and it's getting some huge attention. I mean, I'm really pleased with what it's doing. So basically, that's about it. You guys have any questions for me on that?
How do you sign up the kids for it?
I would ask Officer Jump to come up and cover those questions because he's been the lead on this since it started.
Just show up.
It's the 31st.
So there's no sign-ups or nothing? Okay.
Hey, do you know anything about, as far as licensing of 18-year-old and 19-year-olds? I saw that it was up to 19-year-olds, so they would have to make sure they had their fishing license before they came. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay. So just to kind of make that out public so that people know they don't just
Right,
show up.
right.
If you're under 18, I believe you can fish for free, right? Is that,
I actually thought it was 16.
16.
is it 16? Okay.
Maybe about something in the future for public, for city ponds too, but.
Yeah.
For right now, yeah, I think 16 is above it.
Okay, so, yeah, that might be something to just keep in mind if you are spreading the word, that just make sure you mention that. That way, if the game warden is part of it, he's up there. that
We actually
don't-
have them
We're not gonna be checking.
Yeah,
participate.
well,
Maybe-
right. So,
Maybe next year you can do it on one of the free fishing days.
Yeah,
You have like 6 of them a year?
yeah.
Alrighty.
So it's really good. I mean, we end up, to be honest with you, we end up spending about $1,500 on this a year. You know, that's set aside. I'm not asking to appropriate anything. I just want to let you all know, for what we spend, it's matched with donations. So, you know, just, it's a good thing for the kids in our community. And it's pretty much all locally attended, you know. I think we had very few from out of the community last year during the virtual, so really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good thing for the kids, good thing for the department.
Hey, now this is at the front pond at Ludlow Hill, right?
Yes, and the only other thing that I would ask, and Your Honor, if we could close that pond, Jake, what was you thinking?
Starting tomorrow morning, possibly the 31st. And we're just saying, we're gonna put some signs up there. There's reasons behind that.
Mhm.
We're gonna put some signs, no fishing, and hopefully we'll have a good day on the 31st. And then
has it been pretty good fishing up there? I've never been in that pond. Is it?
starting tomorrow, it's gonna be.
Oh, are you gonna stock it? You're gonna have Jones stock it? Okay,
Well, we wanna close it till.
right, gotcha. Understood. So, get some signs up there then.
We don't want to say too much about
We need a motion to
this.
do that, Dale?
Sure.
Okay. I have a motion to close the pond on what date, 30?
Tomorrow, starting tomorrow, we're just gonna put some signs up there and say no.
We already have the signage, we already have some signage.
Did they put them up?
No, you already have the signs.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said we were, yeah, we're just gonna put up some signs around there that close it down over the course of next month.
Awesome, yeah, let's
Did it-
I'll make a motion.
Yep.
I
Could I have a
said,
motion to close the pond on the 20th
Yes, sir.
till the 31st?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
so moved.
A motion by Lenny, I have a second.
Second.
Second by Brett, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? You can close it.
Make those fish nice and hungry.
That's right.
Hey, Dave, who did that flyer?
Sergeant Jump.
Very well done.
Yeah.
Kelly beat it.
Very, very well done.
Uh-huh.
That's a
Now
good
we
looking
know.
flyer.
We're getting the truth.
I mean, he handed it to me. I didn't ask him, he did it.
Yeah, it looks good. If I get to hold up.
I have to rely on people like that myself.
Anything else we can do for you for the fishing tournament?
No, sir.
All right.
I mean, if you wanna attend, it's a pretty good deal. You
I'll
know,
be
if you
there.
wanna stop up there for a few minutes or whatever.
Are you guys gonna put like them 100-pound catfish and all that in there?
No.
I'm just
We're not
kidding.
gonna do anything that's gonna damage the pond.
You're letting the cat out of the bag, Mr. Fryman.
be
Mr.
one
Fryman was
operator.
looking for a dinner.
He'd eat everything else.
So, okay, we want to move on. You're going to be for the K-9 officer Abram retirement?
Yes, sir. This is a little different than the last, but I do want to talk to you all just a little bit about Abram. He's 9 years old. He's he's a Belgian Malinois. He's getting to the end of his tour. And obviously, you know, Officer Jacob Jump, he's a sergeant with the department. He's a master certified K-9 trainer. It's literally saved us thousands of dollars throughout the course of the last decade. He's been a K-9 officer for the last 16 years of his almost 20-year career, 20-year career. So he's coming to the end of his tour as well. But it kind of put a little pressure on us because we train in-house. But Jacob can stay on in that capacity, but he would be looking to retire his K-9, and we would be looking to put another K-9 on. So if you guys got any questions about that, what that would entail, what that looks like, I can talk about, you know, what the cost is. And the good news is it's not going to cost us anything. There's drug seizure money in play that was given back to us by Prosecutor Deddens from some cases we had. It's going to make it a zero balance for us to make this all turnkey and move forward with a different K-9 officer replacing Officer Jump. Pretty big shoes to fill, literally.
Would Mr. Jump be involved in training this new K-9?
Yeah,
that we would acquire then?
If I can, just come on up, sir.
Yeah, I would.
You had to pry him out of that chair.
Kind of oversee the program until we can find a replacement in several years. And you have to do all in-house training. I'm biased, but I think we train better than anybody, so I definitely
Awesome.
want to stay on and make sure the dog is properly trained.
Awesome,
Just
great.
don't want to physically work a dog anymore. It's been 16 years.
So you're gonna stay on, you're just not gonna,
Just won't turn a dog loose. I'll do everything else and, you know, stay on the department, stay on helping, training all the dogs. Just hopefully get another handler, maybe a younger guy that wants to start out working the dog and work his way up.
Sounds good. Appreciate that.
So the dog that you're retiring, is that, what are you doing with the dog?
Well, that's, you know, that's something that we'd have to discuss, I think, maybe with the Board of Works, on a council. We retire these dogs is what we do, and you know you can't just turn over a police canine to just anybody. Sometimes they stay with the handler, sometimes you home them with accredited type people and that. And really, we've talked briefly about that, but obviously we can't make any moves until you guys understand fully or let me know how to proceed. So we don't know exactly which direction we're heading there. We kind of think we know what we want to do, but it would be totally up to you. That's city.
there gonna be another meeting?
No, I mean, that's something we could possibly handle right here and right now. I mean,
Mr. Jump interested in having the dog, keeping the dog?
Yes, that's what happened last time, and that's generally what happens. I would like to keep him. I'm not gonna say down the road, a year or two, I might find him a retirement home. I haven't even looked, somebody that I trust. But yeah, so right now, I would be keeping him staying in my house for the foreseeable future. Haven't crossed that bridge yet.
I know as being a dog lover myself, and I never did like dogs in the house, but I got one now, and he's like one of our family. I can see where you're coming from, and I'd say yes, that'd be
Yeah.
fine with me.
Plus, this dog rode around with him every day, all day long.
That is standard practice.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this-
9 years old, how long you have it?
Had him a little over 6 years.
Should we do this in this meeting, or should it be in Board of Works meeting?
We can do it in this meeting.
Okay.
So I would be looking for a motion to go ahead and retire the dog and, turn it over to Officer Jump to keep as his personal family dog.
Yeah, I'd make that motion.
Oh, wait a minute, let's
Oh.
do them two different motions. To
Uh,
retire the dog and,
Caveat, if he was to do anything with that dog at any given point, he would come back in a letter form or whatever and make the board aware of it.
okay.
That'd
And
be
then
So
they're
do-
authorized to do any paperwork, and I don't know if there's a
I
birth
was gonna draft
certificate or
something, give it to
title
you,
or some
Bill.
kind of ownership.
Yeah, I was gonna draft something, give it to you, and make sure that that's binding. City's no longer liable at that point.
Yeah,
All right,
you
so-
just have one vote to do all of that, authorize them to do all of that if you want.
Okay, so we need a motion to retire K-9 Officer Abram and to allow Officer Jump to keep Officer Abram with all the proper documents. How's that?
That's right, I'll make that motion.
I second
Motion by Brett, second.
I second.
Second by Lenny. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion wins.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I know you're not going anywhere, I'm happy or not, but thanks for 16 years, man.
Yeah.
A long time, we appreciate it,
Remember the day we hired you?
we appreciate it.
Tommy was there.
Yep, me and Tommy.
I won't tell that story.
I remember that story very well, and I'll stick to my guns.
No, you guys should all be really proud to have Jacob. I mean, he's a very
Yes.
well-known dog handler, not just around here, but, out there throughout the state and the region. We've had national canine demos here. I mean, he's one of the best, not just local. I mean,
We won a lot of competitions with our dogs. I mean, when they go, they compete against everybody in the lower 48. And when they pull in, people know Lawrenceburg's there. So Jacob's taking the canine program and molding it into something that I didn't ever think was ever attainable. So having that mentality, having that mindset, and him being able to stay on, even though he's retiring from having a four-legged guy in the back of his car, he's still gonna be available to the canine officers we have as far as any training goes, which also ultimately saves the city a lot of money.
Yeah, no kidding, yeah. It's great.
Thank you very much,
yeah,
Jacob.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we got one more thing here on new business, RSVP for the fire department. You brought up, Tommy?
The MOU, yes. Memorandum of Understanding that needs to be signed.
Look at that one more time.
Yes, you sure?
Thank you.
This is the letter that he sent to all of us. I'm gonna
Okay.
read that real quick.
Nice little slip up here.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to see who they want to sign
Here.
for that.
Sir.
So that's a agreement between,
It says to the Board of Works, the letter is written to, Mayor Kelly Millan and the Board of Works and Safety, Tom Roulette and Tony
That's
Abbott.
why I brought it up in the Board of Works.
So,
Let's just do it next time. What do you guys think? I'm sorry, I didn't see this. Or
I'm really
missed it, or-
surprised you didn't have it.
I probably
I
missed
thought he
it. It
sent it
probably
to
got
everyone.
buried in my emails.
Did everybody else get this
No,
email?
yes, sir.
I didn't get it.
I
He's-
didn't see it in mine, Tommy.
I'm gonna.
I probably missed it. It's my fault. If we could just do it next time.
You all got it.
appreciate And I'll email it to Kelly Brookbank right now to put on the next Board of Works agenda.
Yeah, I mean, he sent it in with his regular report,
Okay.
so it was his July 2nd report, and then also had the MOU
He
explanation.
sent it July 16th. It
Yeah.
says to Kelly, excuse me, Kelly, me, Tony, Brett, Justin, Lenny, and Mark. So evidently he did not send it to you. That's what I got right here.
I'll still take the blame for it.
No.
All righty.
That's the kind of guy I am.
Do
Are we
have
gonna
any
make a
old-
motion
That's why
to
I
blame
brought
Dell?
up EOW.
Thank you, Tommy.
Not a problem.
I just thought it was his annual fire report. I didn't know
Yeah.
the extra thing was there.
Yep.
Got to open the email.
Okay, hearing no other new business, move on to old business. Is there any old business? I got any old?
Yes, sir.
Nope. Not hearing any old business. Comments from the audience?
Do we wanna? Yeah, never mind, good.
Awful quiet, no comments? All right. Reviews and discussion of claims for board approval. I want to approve the claims except for
2789.
2789. So I have a
I make a
motion.
motion, we approve the claims other than the claims for 2789.
All right, I have a first, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Lenny, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Claims approved except for the one 2789. I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
First, got a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Good job, Your Honor.
You did a fine job, young man.
All right.
He showed you that you
You still got it.
we need, I almost wanted to say something about it.